Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Storm coming at you guys today with another video. In today's video, a little bit late. Sorry about that, guys. I'm a day behind in some videos. I was going through some stuff yesterday, and I couldn't. I just couldn't do any videos really. But this one is the aftermath. The Detroit Lions visited the New York Giants at MetLife. Lions won that football game, going to 4-6, second in the NFC North. 7-3 are the Giants' record, putting them at third in the NFC East. Lions upset the Giants 31-18. Great game for the Detroit Lions. It was just a well fought out, good game plan by the Detroit Lions. It's just really special there. What's that up there? That's all good. Anyways, let's go through the injuries during this game. We had some injuries. Detroit Lions first. Center Evan Brown was hurt, got an ankle injury. Quarterback Jeff Okudah, which is big, probably won't be playing this week. He was concussed. He did not return at all. Giants had some injuries too. Right tackle Tyree Phillips had a neck injury. Cornerback Adoree Jackson with a knee. Cornerback Fabian Moreau with some ribs. Safety Jason Pinnock had a jaw injury. Wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson, the rookie, had a knee injury. He was having a good day too. And then center John Feliciano had a back injury and did not return. So hopefully those guys get healthy. Everybody gets healthy, and we can all just be healthy and just play some good football. Now the stats. Start off with the away team. We were the away team in New York, the Detroit Lions. Quarterback Jared Goff, 17 for 26, 165 yards, no touchdowns, no sacks, no picks, 65% completion percentage. He was efficient. He was good. He did not throw the ball away. He didn't do anything silly. I didn't think. Maybe had the one bad throw that he threw to Chark down the field where he threw in a double coverage, but it was a long pass. Even if the Giants, I believe it was on a third down too. It might have been on second down. I kind of forget, but he did make that kind of questionable throw down the field, and it was in a double coverage. It was just knocked away. But he was efficient. He didn't do anything bad, didn't do anything great. He just did good football. Even Dan Campbell even said in the post celebration, he was just like, Goff made the throw when he was talking to his boys in the locker room. He was like, quarterback made the throws. Like Jared Goff made the throws that he had to when it was there. Did his job. He was efficient. He even used the word efficient, to tell you the truth. So it was a good game plan from start to finish with that offense. Rushing, Justin Jackson had 9 carries for 66 yards, 7.3 yards per carry. He looked really good on Sunday. Jamal Williams had 17 carries for 64 yards, 3 touchdowns, just league-leading 12 touchdowns on the year, breaking records on a 3.8 yards per carry. And then DeAndre Swift only had 5 carries for 20 yards, but did get in the end zone, found pay dirt at 4 yards per carry. 150 yards on the ground as a total team rushing. They even had a couple, they got Khalif Raymond had a carry here or something on a jet sweep. But they had 150 yards on the ground just for those 3 guys alone. For Jackson, Williams, and Swift, so a little bit more than 150 plus. Nice, like I said, really nice game, especially in the running attack too as well. We'll talk about all that in a bit. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 7 catches for 76 yards on 8 targets. Khalif Raymond, 3 catches for 33 yards on 7 targets. And Brock Wright, 2 catches for 20 yards, 2 targets. Receiving, there wasn't really a lot going on. Amon-Ra had an average day, and they ran the ball pretty well, so they didn't really need to go downfield a lot. Defense came to play. Defense literally came to play. Game ball goes to the defense. Safety Deshaun Elliott had 8 tackles. Cornerback Jerry Jacobs had 6 tackles. Cornerback Will Harris had 8 tackles and a really big forced fumble. Linebacker Derek Barnes had 6 tackles. Defensive tackle, I thought, had his coming out party game. Aleem McNeil, 4 tackles and a sack. He lived in the backfield all day. He played really well. Defensive end John Kaminsky had 3 tackles and a sack. Safety Kirby Joseph had 3 tackles and a pick, another pick for the Rook. And then defensive end Aiden Hutchinson had a really nice day too. 3 tackles, couple pressures. One really nice one-handed pick, went up and scooped the ball up the nose of the ball went right in his hand. He just grabbed it, just caught. The kid's got mitts. One pick, and he had one big fumble recovery as well that Will Harris knocked out. So a great defensive effort by this Detroit Lions defense. It was really well played. Giants quarterback Daniel Jones, 27 for 44 for 341 yards, 61 completion percentage, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and sacked twice. What I said that the Lions needed to do, that they need to make Daniel Jones throw a little bit more for us to win. And I don't think they want to drop back Daniel Jones 44 times. They did, and we got a couple key turnovers and made that correct call there too. So he didn't have a terrible game, but he didn't have a great game. He didn't have a great game throwing a couple picks. So, but he did gash us for a bunch of yards. Rushing, Daniel Jones led the way again. He had 7 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown at 7.1 yards per carry. I said you had to watch out for Daniel Jones and his legs. He did get in the end zone. He's got very underrated legs. He's one of the best running quarterbacks in the NFL. And then Saquon Barkley, the kid that I was completely worried about, he had 15 carries for 22 yards, man, on a 1.5 yards per carry. Never thought in a million years that would happen. Shout out to Lion King, man. You made that call. I thought you were nuts saying that they were going to be able to do it, but they did. They bottled him up. Every time he touched the ball, Saquon Barkley, he was tackled. So, great game plan. 1.5 yards per carry for the best running back, I think, in the NFL. Outstanding. Then Matt Breida, their backup running back, had 3 carries for 13 yards and a touchdown, 4.3 yards per carry. But overall, really, really good effort by Detroit Lions defense in stopping that really good rushing attack. Receiving, Wan'Dale Robinson, the rookie, he had 9 catches for 100 yards, ended up getting hurt that game on 13 targets. He was having a day. Darius Slayton, 5 catches for 86 yards, 10 targets. Richie James had 3 catches for 48 yards and a touchdown on 3 targets. Kenny Golladay, former Lion, had 2 catches for 29 yards on 2 targets. Even the Giants faithful were kind of mocking when he caught his first ball. They were all jumping up and down, over cheering. You know, it was a little bit of a mock for Kenny Golladay. Then Isaiah Hodgins had 3 catches for 29 yards and 3 targets as well. And then Graham Gano, the kicker, he missed a couple extra points, were big too. And then defense, man, there's nothing to really talk about defensively for the Giants. They didn't do much. They didn't do much defensively, man. Didn't cause any turnovers, and we'll talk about that. But safety, Julian Love, 7 tackles. Cornerback Darnay Holmes, 4 tackles. Defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence had 7 tackles. DB Cordell Flott had 2 tackles and a forced fumble. No fumble recovery by the Giants, though, but he did force a fumble. Kayvon Thibodeau, the rookie defensive end, only had 2 tackles. And defensive tackle Leonard Williams only had 4 tackles. Now, it was just nothing really to brag about on this Giants defense. They were manhandled. You know, our defense gave us some short fields, but we'll talk about that right now. Let's talk the Lions first, though. Where's that Giants D? Like I said, man, our Lions offense I thought was really efficient. It was a good game plan. Goff was hitting a lot of his short throws, which is great. He was at a nice completion percentage at 65%. He even had a couple nice third down throws that he made that were key in sustaining the drives. So I was really impressed with the whole offense as a whole. They ran the ball well. They made the throws when they needed to. They put points on the board, which I was really afraid we weren't going to score a ton. I thought we were going to score about 20-something points, but we ended up putting up 30-something points, 31 to be exact. So I was just really happy with what they did against that defense, because that defense is pretty good in New York. It's a bend but don't break defense, like I talked about before. What they do well is they don't let a lot of teams score, and they cause turnovers. They didn't do any of that. They let the Lions scored on them, and the Giants didn't force any turnovers, which is really key here. Because I thought the Lions played really smart football. They didn't let Goff throw a bunch down the field. He did have a couple downfield throws, which was fine. Completed some, missed a couple, but he was at 65%. He was good. He was efficient. That's fine. I'll take that all day. Not him turning over the football is a win-win. And then we ran the ball well, over 150 plus on the ground as a whole. Take that all day. Really good game plan, and they dominated, man. Now the Lions defense versus that Giants. Oh, In my preview, I was scared to death that the Giants' offense was going to run all over us. We completely stymied them. Alim McNeill had the game of his life. I thought he lived in the backfield. Just as a whole, the defense played well, man. Deshaun Elliott was in on there. Jerry Jacobs making plays. Will Harris making plays. Barnes. They were just they keyed on Saquon Barkley. That was the plan. Key on Saquon Barkley. If you're gonna let anybody try to beat you, let Daniel Jones beat you. Daniel Jones had a bunch of yards. He did throw for one touchdown, right? One touchdown, but he threw a couple picks. And that was what I was kind of hoping for. I was kind of hoping that we were going to stuff Barkley, stuff that running game, and make Daniel Jones throw more than what they want. Because they don't want him dropping back 44 times, the New York Giants, and throwing the ball. Because he's going to make mistakes. He's prone to turning over the ball. He was really good up until that Lions game. I think he had gone 6 or 7 games without throwing a pick or fumbling a football, but he was on a good run. He was playing efficient football. They weren't asking him to do a lot because they have Barkley. But this game, the Lions stymied the run in New York, so they made him throw the ball. It was a phenomenal game. Alim McNeill had his coming out party, I thought, that game. He lived in the backfield. He got to the quarterback. He got to Barkley in the backfield. The whole defense came to play. Couple picks. Aiden Hutchinson, you can't talk enough about this kid. The kid is turning into an absolute force. He's extremely smart on the football field. When you see a kid, now I don't know if this was planned. I really don't know if this was planned. I didn't hear every single coach or Hutchinson talk about this after the game. But on his interception, when he intercepted the football, he was coming in like he was coming in the rush. And I don't know if he saw something, or I don't know if that was his play to come in, like, stutter step, pretend you're rushing, and then back up. He backed up into coverage, and then Daniel Jones didn't see him. It looked like Daniel Jones had a if you look at the play in a certain angle, a couple certain angles, you can look at that play. It looked like Daniel Jones just didn't see him. He just didn't see Hutchinson, which is kind of impossible not to see at 6'7", 265 pounds. He's not a little guy, Aiden Hutchinson. He might not have a huge frame on him. He's lean. He's very muscular and lean. That's what he is. But Daniel Jones, he just didn't see him. It looked like Andrew Thomas or somebody was blocking his view. Because when he threw that ball and he picked it, Daniel Jones was like, he looked like he was in shock. Like he just didn't see him. But it was a good play by Hutchinson. He's just recognizing that, okay, maybe I'm not going to get in on this play. Maybe I'm not going to get to the quarterback. I'm going to drop back. It could have been by design. I'm not 100% sure, but he's a smart kid, and he's making plays every game. And then Kirby Joseph, another Brad Holmes draft pick, 3rd-round pick, getting another interception. Ball hawk. That's what he was at Illinois. And I was told on this channel by a few people that Kirby Joseph was not a ball hawk. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's what he was at Illinois. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell. It did take him a few years to get on the field at Illinois, but when he finally became a starter, he had 5 or 6 picks. He was always around the football, forcing fumbles, fumble recoveries, whatever, man. Just a ball hawk, had a nose for the ball, and that's what you want. And right now, he's got 3 or 4 picks, whatever. I think he's at 3 as a rookie. You can't ask for anything else, man. He's having a great season as a rook. He's just gonna get better. And I just love the fact that the young guys are starting to make plays, man. All the guys that Holmes picked up, man, are mostly making plays, and it's a sign for the future. So that's it, guys. That's the game, man. We completely dominated the New York Giants. 2 of my favorite teams, Big Blue, New York Giants. They're still in it. They're still in it to win it. Big game against the Dallas Cowboys for them coming up Thursday. Huge game for us coming up. We play the Buffalo Bills at home, Thanksgiving Day, turkey, gobble, gobble. We'll talk about more of that probably tomorrow. And then that's it, guys. 31-18. 31-18, huge game for the Lions, 4-6. They are literally in the playoff hunt now. I think they're in the hunt. They're about a game and a half out of a wild card. So much has to happen, though. Like, teams have to lose. We got to keep winning. It's just, it's going to be, I'm not saying we're making the playoffs. You know, I might make a video about this, but we're in the hunt. At least we're in the hunt, man. And we haven't been able to say that in December, I think, in a few years, man. It's been over a few years since we've been able to say that. So this is a good feeling, you know. I'm not saying we're going to make the playoffs because we got a tough game. We could lose the next couple of games, you know. But this Buffalo game is humongous, and it's going to be tough to beat them. But I'll talk about that in a day or two. But that's it, guys. 31-18 Detroit Lions. Boom, another victory, 3 in a row. Let's keep it rolling, boys. Don't forget to, just keep it rolling, man. I kind of lost my train of thought, but thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get all my videos. Don't forget to like, share, comment this out. Go Lions. One pride, baby. Boom.